Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm naming this house Nerdy, and today I'll be going over and reviewing Hawkeye episode 6 and really the show in general. I'll be giving my thoughts and opinions about the episode and what I felt about it. And I'll also be talking about just really the things I'd liked and disliked about the show overall and where I'll rank it in terms of Marvel Disney Plus shows. So starting off, going over episode 6, the finale, I want to talk about something that I thought was slightly possible but didn't happen. That was Spider-Man coming into the show. I didn't think there was a high chance, but I thought it would have been really fun. He wasn't there. Let's move on. But who was there was Kingpin. And I thought he was great in the show. In the beginning, he was like the first real scene, him and Eleanor talking. And then you saw it transition into like, that's the video that Kate's watching with Hawkeye. And she's getting real worried because her mom's basically threatening Kingpin or just really leaving him, not like associating with him anymore because she's trying to protect Kate and like keep Kate out of like the craziness that is Kingpin, but little does she know Kate's about to like track down Kingpin with Hawkeye. And I really thought it was a great scene. I really thought it established Kingpin. I really think Vincent D'Onofrio is perfect as Kingpin. He's like perfect, and I really think he did a great job. He really reminded me of Daredevil Kingpin, but a little different. Just like, I can't explain. He doesn't seem as sinister. You know what I mean? He seems more, I can't like, just like not as dark, you know what I mean, more light. But I still think that he evoked enough of that Daredevil Kingpin to where I thought he was great, and I really loved his version of King. The next big thing you see happen is like they're at this like party, and you see that I can't remember his name, but like Kingpin's right hand man, right? That the one who was like Maya's assistant. He's like pointing a sniper right at Hawkeye. Well, first it was Eleanor, but Kate Bishop got her out the way. And then you saw him switch his like sights over to Hawkeye after Kate Bishop and her mom talked about the things that she had found out about. And now she knows that like her mom's now like a criminal and did some terrible things. And you see Hawkeye try to tell the people like the LARPers to try to get people like civilians out of the way because like it's about to go down. And then you see him shoot a very crazy trick arrow that they like started building early in the episode, which I thought it was a really cool scene, right? Them like building like all these crazy little arrows, and you see later in the episode all of them come into play. But this one in particular was like a gas arrow, and it didn't like do anything crazy to the guy, but it like just got him out the way for now and like got him away from sniping the building for now. So they can get people out and like Hawkeye and them can like regroup. But then you see Yelena, and she's just basically watching Hawkeye run around just unbothered, waiting for her chance to strike. But Kate catches her at the corner of her eye and goes and follows her. And it was a really funny scene, them just like in the elevator just like messing with each other. It was just fun, and I really like and enjoy Yelena and Kate together. I think they're both really fun. I think they're both really great actors, and I really think they're going to be great going forward in MCU as Black Widow and basically a newer, younger Hawkeye. But then we get one of the like I think one of the best scenes I've seen out of all these Disney Plus shows. Like I really love this scene. It was like 1,000 tracksuit mafia members basically against Kate Bishop and Hawkeye, right? And this was after like they had a little skerfuffle. Like Kate Bishop fought like Yelena, like they basically caught up like with Hawkeye. She like jumped out the window, scaled the building. Yelena did, tried to shoot at Hawkeye. He dodged the bullet. She landed on the ground, and then she like regrouped, not to be seen till later. And then Kate Bishop followed suit, landed on the ground. Pretty cool scene. You're right. It was like pretty good cinematography. I really liked the scene. It was shot well. And then you see Hawkeye try to like use the same rope that Yelena's been doing, like the same trick, like out the, and he falls into a tree. It was kind of a weird scene where he's just like staring at an owl, but it was cool. It was kind of funny. And Kate Bishop has the bright idea to cut him down, right? And now they're like in the middle of like this skating rink, right? Because it's like New York City Christmas, right? So she cut this big Christmas tree down, and then you see that, like I mentioned before, there's 1,000 tracksuit mafia members just coming in swaths, and Kate Bishop and Hawkeye just tear them down with arrows, just start dominating. Like it's crazy, like all the trick arrows. You got like rocket arrows, which was like Stark technology that we saw like in the trailer, which was really cool. You saw like all type of gas arrows. You saw like all type of explosion arrows. Like you saw like arrows that like it's just all type of different stuff. Like I have to go back and watch through just to catch all the different type of trick arrows that they had, because it was such a crazy scene. And then eventually they get them all down, But the guy with the sniper, Maya's old right hand man before she found out they betrayed her, comes in and he's like taking shots at Hawkeye. But while he's taking shots at Hawkeye, guess what happens? Yes, Yelena comes out of nowhere and they start to have their little skirmish about, her thinking he killed Nat. And then you see Maya and she starts fighting with the assistant. She comes out of nowhere and she's like, get her revenge and stuff like that. And also, Kingpin tracks down Eleanor, like rips the car door off like the car, like just ridiculous levels of strength. And then Kate Bishop like shoots an arrow at him and it doesn't do anything. Like he just pulls it out and throws it away. And you see him and Kate Bishop start fighting. And it kind of switches back and forth between Yelena and Hawkeye and Kate Bishop and Kingpin. But at the end, you see Kate Bishop and like Kingpin had broke all these like arrows that she had, but like they were laying on the ground and she like used like that little flip technique that Clint taught her and like triggered all of them and just like kind of blew him up, right? Like not like blew him up, like blew him away and just like incapacitated him after he was like linebacker throwing her around. I don't know how she survived that. If he has enough strength to rip a car off the hinges, I mean, after one of those shots, her back should have been broken. Like, ribs should have been cracked. Like, I don't know how she, like, maybe she has super strength. Who knows? Maybe she's a super soldier. I don't know what their explanation for that is. But, anyways, then you go back to Yelena and Hawkeye, and they kind of reconcile, they talk. The thing that kind of gets her to calm down and realize the situation was he started to whistle. Like, that secret whistle in Black Widow that only her and Natasha know. So that basically calms her down. It gets her to like just really listen to him and just, I guess, accept the fact that like she sacrificed herself and she did save the world. So she kind of just, walks away and like accepts it, I guess, or just begrudgingly accept. Then you see Kate Bishop. She has a talk with her mom. She's talking about like, I know you can't do nothing with nothing. She's basically dogging her. Then you see that Kate Bishop called the cops on her. So like, that's wild. She called her cops on her mom on Christmas. Yes, like a true pimp, because her mom is a crip. Then you see Kingpin, like, he's vanished from the spot, and then you see him, like, walking in, like, an alley. But Maya Lopez, Echo, comes in, pulls a gun up, and he's talking about, like, sometimes families don't see eye to eye. And then presumably, I mean, we didn't see it, hopefully not, but she shoots him. That's kind of the presumption, because, like, they rolled the camera up, so you didn't see it. But she had the gun on her side. Gunshot. Presumably they killed King. We don't know for sure that's what happened. We saw him take an arrow to the chest and throw it away. Maybe he can eat a bullet. Who knows? I heard a body plump, so the only explanation is like maybe he ricocheted and hit Maya, but there's an echo show, so I don't know how you explain that. You get through that, and then finally at the end you see that Clint made it home from Christmas. He reunites with his family. They're having a good time. The kids meet Kate Bishop and they're just hanging out. You see that they got the watch back, and you see it has like a S.H.I.E.L.D. logo, kind of confirming the theories that she was the character from the comics called Mockingbird, and like that's like she used to be an actual agent for S.H.I.E.L.D. and she used to like do missions, and like she's like now living like a double life as the same as Clint, and that's why they were so worried about her identity and stuff getting out before. So they reconciled that, and overall nice ending. And in general, I enjoyed the show. I thought it was a really good show. I would rank it third up the shows. I would have put Loki first by far. What If was second. I don't think people give that show enough credit. I think it did some really nice things. And then I'd put it right behind that. I'd put Falcon and Soldier fourth, and then WandaVision fifth. I'm sorry. I don't think WandaVision is a bad show necessarily, but it didn't do what I wanted and expected to. So for my personal rankings, that's how it goes. And I really think this was a good show. It was a fun ride. I think they could have done some things better. I hope they didn't kill Kingpin, because like he was great in the show. I don't know if like you want to just kill him off after a one-time basically appearance. When people love that guy and like they love the character, like that, if that's the Kingpin for the MCU, then like what are we doing now? Like hopefully he didn't die. I'm not gonna say like he's definitely dead, but that's the presumption they left us with. And I'm just thinking, like, this show is good, but it's not great, right? And a couple tweaks here and there probably could have been great. I don't know if it could have reached a Loki level, right? I thought Spider-Man was going to be it, like I said earlier, but that didn't happen. That might have pushed it to Loki level, but this show was good for what it was. I really enjoyed it. I think it was a good time, fun ride, and can't wait to see more Kate Bishop. I think she's going to be in the Young Avengers. And really, I would want to see more of Hawkeye too. I like Jeremy Renner, maybe in like a Kate Bishop type show, or maybe we see her in Ant-Man and he's like with her, mentoring her, and her grow more as a superhero. Because she did some really nice things in the show. They showed her archery skills and just her ability to adapt, and I just liked her in the show, and she was a fun character, and I would like to see her progress her more as we go along. I rank this show 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10, maybe even pushing an 8 out of 10. Third in MCU out of the Disney Plus shows. If you agree or disagree, leave your opinions down below. Peace out.